Well, Wednesdays here in the show, we like to put the spotlight on the farm women's group Common Ground. Common Ground is a group of farm women who want to be a resource for consumers who want to know more about how their food is grown. In this story, we hear from Common Ground volunteer Anita Keys from Ellesmere on how windbreaks play a key role in a producer's operation.
Cattle producers in the Sandhills really rely on windbreaks to keep their cattle safe and healthy. Joining us now with more on this is Anita Keys. Anita, it's good to see you today.
Good to see you and Happy New Year to you and everyone. And yes, I chose today to talk about windbreaks partially because we had such a nice fall, allowing farmers and ranchers to get to some of those projects that are on the list. And one of them that had been on my husband's list was to get a windbreak put up in this specific area. Windbreaks, you know, they're important obviously for cattle, for livestock, for your home. Even as you drive through the countryside of Nebraska, you will see there are groups of trees, and that's probably where a homestead was. There may be a home there now, there may no longer be a home there, but there's usually a group of trees because they understood that you needed those trees to protect you from the wind, from the snow. Windbreaks can save you money because, like heating your home, if you've got a windbreak in the right place. And here in Nebraska, it seems the prevailing winds come from the north or from the west. And so you want your windbreak on the north or the west of whatever it is you're trying to protect. They help, like we put one up, and then that's where we feed the cattle when we know that there's a storm coming. Carrie will feed the cattle in behind the windbreak. You want the windbreak to be longer than the area you're trying to protect, like maybe even 50 feet longer if you can. There are different sorts of windbreaks, and I'm thinking living windbreaks. Those not only are helpful for our livestock and for our family farms and that sort of thing, protect your sheds and your buildings, maybe your calving lot, but they also they're beautiful. They allow wildlife. And of course, we have different kinds of trees. Deciduous are the trees with leaves that fall off. And oftentimes we'll put those in the middle of a windbreak, then the ones that have like the evergreen trees. And those are probably almost preferred, especially out here in the winter. When you plant them, read up on that, like how far apart you ought to be planting those trees, because obviously they grow quite large and some of them grow pretty fast. Wonderful thing to have those windbreaks out here. We've been so blessed, and you'll see, especially in this wide open where we are in the sandhills, you need those breaks to kind of just protect, whether it's your soil, whether it's your animals, whether it's even your home or your sheds or your barns.
Thank you very much, Anita, for being here today. And you have a recipe coming up.
Yes, I do. I'm going to share with you ground beef supreme. And this is a recipe, it's a keeper.
Sounds good. Okay, we'll see you in a few minutes.